From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode,
Lori Taylor is the founder and CEO of The Produce Mom. Lori turned a grassroots effort into a global movement, and it all started with a good idea. The Indy Chamber says the key to accounting and bookkeeping is knowing your numbers. And Eli Lili and Company makes a commitment to racial justice in our Running Your Business segment.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
The holidays are all about sharing with family. Meals, couches, stories, Grandma's secret pecan pie recipe. And now you can also share a cart with Instacart Family Carts. Everyone can add what they want to one group cart from wherever they are. So you don't have to go from room to room to find out who wants cranberry sauce, or whether you should get mini marshmallows for the yams, or collecting votes for sugar cookies versus shortbread. Just share a cart, and then share the meals and the moments. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Lori Taylor is the founder and CEO of The Produce Moms, a multi-platform community on a mission to get more fruits and vegetables onto America's tables. Lori turned a grassroots effort into a global movement, and it all started with a good idea.
So The Produce Mom started in 2012 as a very basic WordPress blog. As a matter of fact, it was a free template, and when it launched, it was called The Produce Mom. In 2017, when the world was just changing to be more community-centric, especially the digital world, that's when we did the rebrand to The Produce Moms. And this all started, really, it was a result of me sitting in a cubicle at Indianapolis Fruit Company selling fruits and vegetables, realizing as I was raising my children that I was just being inundated with questions from my personal circle asking me about my professional life. How do you select, store, and serve more fruits and vegetables? So a fun fact that a lot of people don't necessarily realize is the Produce Moms began as my work for hire. It was something that I pitched to my former bosses. That was really one of the first times I had that entrepreneurial spirit. As an employee, I pitched the idea of this blog in 2012. They supported at the highest level. For 3 years, we built it together. And then in 2015, ultimately, my former employer said that they were done with it, and they offered me an acquisition opportunity. So in 2015, that is when I took my entrepreneurial leap, and I paid more for my idea and all my hard work than I did the home my family and I live in. So, I really felt strongly, even in 2012, that the way people, and just this was very anecdotal, the way I was consuming information as a millennial mom, the way that I was being influenced for my purchasing decisions as, as a middle-class shopper, really in every sector of grocery retail or just general retail and consumer products. I really felt strongly that the future of of marketing and influencing people was really all online. It started with blogs, obviously then social media. I remember the day Instagram started, and I was like, I gotta get my business on there, So I feel like my business has grown up with social media. In 2012 when we launched, that was still the era when you had to be invited to Pinterest. Facebook was not necessarily something that everyone had. TikTok didn't exist, so it's definitely a journey. The inspiration behind starting this entire journey and what has grown into a global community, an absolute catalyst and force for farmers in North, Central, and South America to tell their story. It really was very grassroots. Indiana was a huge part of it. Well, first, I would tell any entrepreneur, it is scary. That emotion is totally okay. That emotion is actually a positive thing. You do want to have that nervousness or feel a little intimidated, but if you aren't taking the big, bold moves, the moves that most people don't have the guts to take, you will never be able to make these, earth-shattering, ceiling-shattering dreams come true. Every entrepreneurial journey starts with one big, bold move. We have been so blessed. We're seeing amazing growth on our website, which still today, that's where this whole thing started in 2012 with one blog. TheProduceMoms.com still today is what we consider our home. In addition to an enhanced website, a broader community, a growing community. Each and every day, we're bringing more people to our website and introducing them to our content. But beyond that, we've launched consumer products now. So my business has evolved. The community and the values that we stand for at the Produce Moms have become so attractive to other brands, other fruit and vegetable brands, where they're actually putting my brand on their packages. So we have an Idaho potato line, for instance. It's grown. These potatoes are grown by Wada Farms, truly the best potato growers in the world. And the Produce Moms Idaho potatoes are available now coast to coast at Walmart stores. So that's a huge, exciting evolution of the Produce Moms as a brand. We also have an unpackaged licensing relationship with Crunch Pack, America's #1 sliced apple, and Applewood Fresh, which is one of the Midwest's best and largest apple growers. So we look forward to expanding, our consumer products. Maybe, here's a hint, maybe doing our first deal outside of the produce department. And then, here in 2023, we're really excited because Amazon Alexa has invited creators from around the world to be part of their kitchen content, and the Produce Moms was one of 100 that was invited. So when you're at home cooking in your kitchen and you have an Alexa device, you can say, Alexa, I need a pomegranate recipe, and there's a real good chance that the Produce Moms will show up to help you out.
Thanks again for being part of Business Equity and Opportunities. It is time for accounting and bookkeeping. Today we hear from a woman who knows well the expectations of both sides of a business loan.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities, Accounting and Bookkeeping.
Kia Walker is Director of Lending for the Indy Chamber. She helps new business owners understand the importance of keeping accounts in order, offering through help and education opportunities to drive your success.
So my role here at Indy Chamber, I'm the Senior Director of Lending. So what I do in my role is I provide small business financial needs to clients that have challenging barriers, such as training and coaching and access to capital, for those clients that can't get traditional financing needs through a bank. So the challenging barriers that my clients experience, that they may have credit issues, more so with challenging credit, below credit scores, they may be overextended in debt, and or the other barriers, they may not have any collateral, such as they don't understand what collateral is or what they can really pledge. So if there is a marketing firm, they will tell me they don't have any collateral, but they do have collateral because they may have equipment, they may have the inventory that's in their office. That's what they can use as collateral. Those are challenging barriers where the bank, they want you to have one-to-one coverage. Here at BOI, we're a little bit more lenient on collateral that really can help our clients. Business Ownership Initiative is the CDFI. CDFI meaning which is a Community Development Financial Institution. The difference between a CDFI and a bank, a Community Development Financial Institution are able to do more riskier loans. More so is how I like to identify with our clients is we say when a bank tells you no, we try to tell you yes. And that is because more so our underwriting guidelines is based on a narrative-based underwriting that comes from the 5 C's of credit, such as credit, collateral, capacity, character, and commitment. And that's how we underwrite. So from a CDFI side, those are the parameters that we use. More so on a more traditional banking side, that is more traditional bank loans. We have creative underwritings where we can do more riskier loans. How we mitigate our risk are we provide training and coaching to that client that can actually be a risk mitigate so where we can help them with their business and help their business scale and grow. The great importance of accounting and bookkeeping is really understanding your cash position. If you do not understand your cash position, then how can I understand the cash position to help you? I really want to help you scale and grow your business. So the importance of having an accountant, right? We all know accountants are very expensive. If you can't afford an accountant, we need a bookkeeper. We need somebody to look over your financials, your revenue, your expenses, your cost of goods, everything, and really understand that it's being documented properly so we can understand the true capability of your business is financially sound. I would say understanding the profit and loss and balance sheet and what the importance is it is. That is like the sound backing of your business. You need to understand a financial position. If you're unable to understand where QuickBooks, there's other different accounting systems that you can do, HoneyBook or any of those. But here at BOI, we actually teach that on our training side, where we actually can sit down with a client and go over their cash management tool, that is something that we're proud of. We really want clients to really understand what those pain points are, understand how to scale and grow their business. So here at BOI, we teach cash management tools. That's the basic start of financials. In terms of the world, it is your 12 to 24 months projections. How to get in touch with us here at Indy Chamber Entrepreneur Service Division is indychamber.com/entrepreneurship. It is easy. Come and see me.
There you go.
If you'd like to know more about the topic of accounting and bookkeeping or need information about any of today's segments, visit our website. It is BEOshow.com. Sign up, as we've said before, to the Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to find out more about resources in our community that can help you. This is Business Equity and Opportunities. The focus on racial justice that emerged from the events of 2020 gave momentum to efforts from corporations to support and advance equity in their communities. It also encouraged businesses, large and small, to revisit their diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts and how they run their business day to day.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities, running your business day to day.
In 2020, Eli Lily and Company launched a racial justice commitment, a 5-year plan focusing on improving the education, health, professional, and social mobility outcomes for communities of color by creating a workplace ecosystem of equity. Last week at a Pledge for Progress event, the company announced milestones it has reached since that launch, including the spending with the black business enterprises in the area.
I am the Associate Vice President of Racial Justice, and back in 2020, when Lilly, along with many other major companies, leaned into the opportunity to intentionally address racial equity, Lilly made commitments, but it also applied leadership and governance in a way that gave us the ability to be clear about the goal and then track progress against that. I was fortunate to be named as the leader for racial justice for Lilly and have worked with a great group of leaders aimed at outcomes focused on racial justice. So we made a 5-year commitment with the intention of being clear. This isn't a one and done. We also declared 5 areas of focus: people development, jobs, health equity, social impact, and diversity partners, with intentional pledges relative to each of those areas over this time horizon. There's some things that we declared to be done in a shorter time horizon, and we've done those. And there's some things that take a longer window to actually mature and then enable the outcomes. And so we're, in some cases, on that journey as we speak. One of the recent milestones that we've reached is our employee engagement. We made a commitment to enable 25,000 volunteer hours in the name of racial justice causes. Here about a week ago, we actually hit a milestone. 31,000 hours focused on racial justice causes here in the Indianapolis area. We also committed to double our spend with black business enterprises by 2020. Well, we actually did that as well. We went from $143 million to $358 million, almost tripling our spend with black business enterprises over that time horizon. Our business is about making lives better, and we certainly have emphasized inclusion as how we do business, and having partners who are seeking to help us to create solutions, who bring that to the table, is how we get better solutions faster. So we want to have businesses who are in the community helping us to drive outcomes for Eli Lili and Company and the patients organizations that we serve. There is some way to contribute in this inclusion, in this equity journey. We recognize our wherewithal is more than what many, so hold us accountable for that measure of outcome. But for smaller shops, we encourage you to pick a spot. If it's choosing a vendor or enabling more jobs for underrepresented minorities that's relative to your wherewithal, that is your call. If it's within your wherewithal. That's what we've been encouraging. Certainly hold us accountable for a measure of progress relative to our ability, and that's what our Pledge to Progress event here recently was all about, showing back the progress that we've made across the areas that we pursued and encouraging others to do the same. One of the areas that we declared impact in is jobs. We joined an organization called 110, focused on enabling more family-sustaining jobs for Black Americans without a 4-year degree. At Lilly, we've actually built a program called Skills First at Lilly, which has a similar goal, but a wider aperture, which is focused on enabling more family-sustaining jobs for Black Americans and other historically marginalized communities who don't have a 4-year degree. To enable that, we've launched 3 programs. Our Craft Pathway Learn and Earn program, our Lilly Professional Apprenticeship program, and our newest program, our Technical Pathway program. A variety of jobs across many functions at Lilly aimed at enabling more good jobs here at Eli Lily and Company. I think we're fortunate in Central Indiana that many companies have leaned in this quest for a more equitable ecosystem in Indianapolis. And sometimes it's a daunting task to, well, where do I start? So I mentioned earlier picking a spot. I would also encourage that don't seek perfection. Allow for the learnings and the continuous improvement mindset that should come with a novel body of work. That's what we apply in the business of making medicines. We certainly have applied that in the context of creating more equitable opportunities as well.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.